What's good with y'all boys, man? It's your boy Prophet. We back with another video. Y'all know what time it is, man. Now y'all know Durky, yo. Dirk been caught in that jam, bro. They done got his ass locked up, all that shit. We finna check out this video by my boy. What's his name? Zevi. I hope I said his name right. Zevi. He finna tell us how the feds caught Lil Durk. Let's check it out.
Lil Durk had a problem. Lock in for this one. Now, for those of you that don't know, Lil Durk was just arrested by the feds for somebody, but more specifically, hiring someone to do it, which is bad. Because now there's no way to say, oh, it was an accident. No, you planned and organized this whole thing. Everyone's getting life. Now, I want you to take a look at this young man back here. As many of you know, this is King Von. This whole story starts with him. King Von and Lil Durk go way back. Like, them boys grew up together in the same neighborhood. Now, King Von gets by none other than Quando Rondo's friend. Quando Rondo's a rapper from Georgia, but he had some problems with King Von. We're not going to get into that story, though. King Von catches Quando Rondo outside of a club. Now, as you're probably aware, King Von's about that action. So as soon as he sees Quando Rondo, listen closely, he rushes towards him. Now, I'm going to tell you how the law works while explaining all this. King Von rushes towards Quando Rondo, fists up. Okay, at this point, no one has to go to jail. But King Von's friends start going towards their car, start clutching at their waist a little bit. Now, in the southern regions of America, if you're Quando Rondo or any of Quando Rondo's friends, basically anything goes. Anywhere else in America, they tell you, if you could run away, you should run away. Down in the South, they say, let them things
Blow his
fly.
ass.
So Quando Rondo's friend gets out of their car and lets some things fly at King Von. And well, King Von passes. The courts go, well, we in the South, so it's what it is. Wait, what's he doing with his fingers? The court said, Quando. Quando said, They said, we don't like all this, that, and that. We better not see nothing crazy happen around you. Quando said, all right, something crazy happened around him. He just kept getting around his city. Now, are you paying attention? We have 3 different groups involved right now. We have Quando Rondo and his friends. We have Lil Durk, King Von and his friends. And we have the courts and police. If it's not complicated for you and me to figure out, it's not complicated for the police to figure out. They say, okay, so Quando's group, King Von, now Quando's getting at. Might be King Von people. But they can't just go and arrest Lil Durk, so the police have a plan. Police lock Quando Rondo up on stuff he might have done in the past. They don't really care, they just want information. But they let him go soon after. But now, before he leaves the state of Georgia, he has to ask the courts. So police are basically gonna know his location at all times. Now let's take a trip over to Chicago. Lil Durk wins 2 keys of the city. He's doing great things for the community. But meanwhile, all over the internet, you hear people saying, slide for Von, meaning get revenge for King Von. But Lil Durk was coming out with songs saying, yo, man, I'm changed, bro. Leave the streets behind. Police were like, that's a stand-up guy. But then there were other songs saying, maybe I got revenge, maybe I didn't. I just wouldn't tell you. Police were like, what? And here's where it starts to get really wicked. In sunny Los Angeles, California, Quando Rondo takes a trip.
That's where it all go down.
Durk is there. But they don't interact. They're both popular rappers. You know, Lil Durk doing interviews. Quando Rondo's driving down a very rich neighborhood. Specifically the Beverly Center. Rich, has a lot of tourists and all that. Police do not want anything bad to happen here. But well, this is where Quando Rondo gets at. Police basically teleport to the location. Quando Rondo's okay. The people who at him, gone. But his best friend. So now it's on. Federal agents step in. Now let's dive a little bit deeper into the story.
Let's do it.
I told you Quando Rondo was at the Beverly Center? Well, I lied to you. He was across the street at a gas station. That's when he got at. Gas station? Oh, they just checked the cameras. They see the people do it, but they had ski masks on. Police are like, remember everything I told you in the story. Police are like, Quando's people, King Von. King Von's people is Lil Durk. Where was Lil Durk? The feds find out he was in Los Angeles. They say, cool. Did he have anybody else with him? They find out like 5 other people associated with Lil Durk were in Los Angeles. The same thing the feds and police always do. To get to the king, you gotta go through the other pieces. And how you get to the other pieces is simple. Wait till someone messes up. Same thing that happened to Young Thug. Police be like, hey, something crazy happened down in LA. We kind of think it was you, so we just finna give you 70 years, no biggie. The person be like, police be like, snitch. Just tell. We know you know Young Thug and them. Just tell us. Lil Durk's case, we know you know Lil Durk and them. And well, the person must have turned into Beyonce, because Lil Durk and a bunch of people get arrested. Lil Durk said, how y'all know? Police say, you know, going through the ponds type, but the police are not there yet. Well, let's dive into the story a little deeper. Are you keeping up with the story?
Bro, it's always a nigga that's gonna snitch, bro. There's no point of even being in the street shit, doing all that extra shit, bro. Just stay out of the streets, bro. Get some money, bro. Seriously though. Somebody always gonna get locked, bro. Somebody always gonna tell. Somebody they gonna find out, bro.
So far,
They gonna
Lil
find
Durk
out
and his
eventually.
people arrested. One person is assumed to be saying it. That being said, let me tell you what the feds know. And the whole time, I want you to think, could they have figured this out on their own? That's why you always hear in rap songs, we got the paperwork, we know you a snitch. Okay, right off the bat, Lil Durk's name is not listed in the court documents. Now I know what you're thinking. Wait, wasn't he arrested? Well, he was arrested. But since in the United States you're innocent until proven guilty, you're called a co-conspirator if you're part of a group that did something wrong. But a lot of times it's so obvious who you are that it doesn't matter if they put your name or not. That's how this article is able to basically guess all the people who might have conspired with Donald Trump. So documents will say something like, well, this is what they actually said. After King Von got co-conspirator one, who owns a record label in Chicago and who's really close to King Von, offered to pay to have Rondo. That being said, from this point on, there's other co-conspirators in this story. So we're gonna make up our own names. Co-conspirator one is now DURK. Okay, now let's get really wicked. After DURK offered to pay someone to Rondo, someone said, yes, I'll take that job. DURK says, you got the job. Boom, now we have our conspiracy. Because now it's on. It's quite literally like hiring somebody to paint your house. You go through a contractor. Then that contractor hires all the people, gets all the equipment. Then they say, is this good? Then you say yes. And that's who the police want. How do you get to those people? Well, just go ask the painters. Now, there's something I forgot to tell you. That contractor...
He breaking this down really well, bro. Like, shout out to bro. I ain't gonna lie. He breaking this shit down.
Talking about that DURK hired? Yeah, his name is in the documents. That means he's cooked. Remember what I just told you. Durk can't be named innocent until proven guilty. What that mean for somebody that they actually named? So what do we have so far? DURK, we're not saying it's him. I don't know. For sure hired Jeff. We are saying it's him. We know. Then Jeff hired John and Joe. We know it was them too. But then there's another guy. Another guy that Jeff hired. We know it was him. But we're not going to tell you his name. And that's when the questions start getting asked. Hold on, FBI said all of the contractors' names except one. Would saying his name put his life in danger? Well, let me tell you the rest of the story and you tell me. So DURK gets a call, ring, ring. Rondo's in LA. So DURK said, I guess I'm taking a trip. Jeff said, get your people, John, Joe, and we'll call him Painter. Meet me in LA. Jeff said, you got it. John, Joe, Painter, attention. They said, sir, how are we gonna get to LA? Jeff said, I don't know. DURK, how are we gonna get to LA? DURK said, I'll pay for your flight. But then DURK realizes if they all fly to LA, that would be stupid. So he tells them, y'all go to San Diego, I'll go to LA. San Diego's the city right next to LA. You just drive up to LA. So DURK calls his flight booker, who's also important to the story and is also unnamed. DURK says, flight booker, fly these guys over to San Diego, but don't put their real names. That would be stupid. Flight booker says, sir, that would be stupid. Hangs up. What did you just say? Oh, no. Hey, Jeff, John, Joe, Painter, give me your real names and your ID so I can book your flight. Flight booker uses all their real names and identity, then uses Lil Durk's companies, the actual Lil Durk's company card. So Lil Durk can save some money on his taxes, of course. Flight
How
guy
dumb
then
can you
texts
be, bro?
DURK, says, DURK, just to let you know, they've arrived. Hear their name. They've arrived. DURK said, oh, he's stupid. Ring, ring. He gets a call. He says, hello. They said, hey, DURK, this is your bank. We just wanted to confirm some purchases for flights and a rental car, a white Infinity. It's all under your very traceable company card. DURK says, yes, confirmed. I want to save money on my taxes. Yes, all the purchases, including the rental car, were made under Lil Durk's company's name. The FBI probably said, you can't make this up. So Jeff, Joe, John, and Painter arrive in Los Angeles in a white Infinity, and they follow Rondo. Again, to that gas
They got
Angeles
everything like that on camera, though? Damn.
a white Infinity, and they follow Rondo. Again, to that gas station. There's cameras everywhere in Los Angeles. They pull up. Rondo's friend was outside, you know the rest. Jeff, Joe, John, Painter then head over to get some food, and they discuss how DURK is going to pay them.
Wow.
Fly back over to Chicago. They came from Chicago, by the way, where DURK is from, and DURK pays them. Now, there's so much more detail given by the feds that people think, okay, somebody must have been wearing a wire. Well, most likely not, because as soon as the FBI hears someone's about to get... they need to step in. There's a little more to this whole thing. So let's just assume DURK pays them all their money. The FBI figures the whole thing out, but then they need to prove it. So they look for the weakest link. They call him in and say, boy, come on. He says, what? The FBI says, your name is on the flight and the rental. He says, what? Let me see. Oh, that's me. Y'all trying to hear me sing? And then he gives everyone up so he can get less time. Hold on. The courts are going to be like, well, how do we know he's not lying? So the feds have to corroborate, confirm the story. So they might double check with the flight person. Did Jeff, Joe, John, and Painter take a flight? Flight booker might be like, no. So the feds would be like, okay, cool. You going to jail too. Think somebody. So flight booker might tell them everything they need to know. Now there was like 2 other names that they didn't name. Who told DURK that Quando Rondo was going to be in LA? Oh yeah, they got that guy too. He said, I did, I told him. So now you're a jury and you hear all this information. They're gonna be like, well, but there's another catch. All of the people that gave all this information need to say it again in court. Because if they don't, then the feds could have technically made all this up. So now you can understand why they block out these people's names for their protection. So to make a long story short, it's not looking very good for DURK.
Damn.